Hi, my dear students of ICSE classes 9 and 10. Your English facilitator, Himangi, is present here on my own YouTube channel, Om Educators, to help you to understand Julius Caesar in more detail. So, क्या चल रहा है लाइफ में? मस्ती, वेरी गुड, होनी भी चाहिए क्योंकि ये दिन फिर ना आएंगे. लेकिन साथ साथ थोड़ा पढ़ा भी जाए क्योंकि ये भी दिन फिर ना आएंगे. I hope you have you have gone through the last two modules. So for this particular module, I have planned a few questions for you all based on the previous historical background of the play which I have discussed with you and on Act 1, Scene 1. What I want you to do is I'm showing you these questions. Please either pause the video and take a screenshot or you may write it down, whatever you prefer. There are 3 such pages. I'll show you. This is page number 1. Page number 2. And page 3. So these are your questions which I have planned. There could be other questions, but these are the ones which I thought I should be discussing with you. So let's start with the answers. Where does scene 1 take place? Like I had told you that they do ask these 1-mark questions which are very important for you. So where does scene 1 take place? Scene 1 takes place in a street in Rome. Name the tribunes who enter Act 1, Scene 1. Very easy. The 2 tribunes who enter are Flavius and Marullus. What are the professions to which the 2 citizens belong? Answer specifically first citizen, second citizen. So you have to say the first citizen is a carpenter, and the second citizen is a cobbler. What is meant by the word mechanical? Mechanical means ordinary manual workers. Question 5. Who is returning from victory? Julius Caesar is returning from a victory. What words are used by Marullus to address the second citizen? Marullus uses the words thou knave and naughty knave to address the second citizen. Question 7. What words are used by Flavius to address the citizens? Flavius uses the words idle creatures to address the citizens. Question number 8. Who has Caesar defeated to return to Rome? Do you know this answer? I have discussed it. Yes. Caesar has defeated the sons of his rival Pompey. Now we come to question number 9, which is an explanation of the puns which have been used in the text. The first one is, please explain the pun used while using the word cobbler. Can you recollect? Yes, cobbler means mender of shoes, and also it means a bungler or a unskilled workman. Second one is soles, S-O-L-E-S. Soles has been used as, right, bottom of the shoes or the soles of the people, that is human souls. Very good. I see you all have read your modules and gone through it very well. Third word is awl. So awl, exactly, a tool which is pointed and which is used for making holes in leather, and it also means it is used to mean the people with whom he has to deal with during his work. The fourth word is recover. Okay, recover means to cover again and also to restore something in good condition. That means recover. That is the pun. One is to cover again and the other one means to recover or restore somebody in good condition. Now we come to question number 10, which is explain and complete the following terms. Now here you are expected to give a proper description of the terms that have been given to you. The first term, of course, is tribunes, which I have taught you all. Does anyone recollect? Right. The tribunes are part of the Roman Senate. Add on to it, they are officials who are elected by the people to protect their right. Means the common people elects them to protect their rights against the upper classes. They are like magistrates and they have considerable legal powers. So that much for tribunes. Next one is idle creatures. What do we mean by idle creatures? Very good. Idle creatures are referred to as the citizens of Rome. Flavius and Marullus, Flavius calls them so because they should be working actually and they are out on a holiday. Third one, signs of your profession. Signs of the profession refers to the tools and the working clothes, etc. Now you can add this in your answer. As per law, which was an accepted Roman custom during Shakespeare's time, as per law, a laborer was supposed to have on a working day the outward appearance, signs of his trade and profession on his person. Like for example, you can give these examples. A carpenter is supposed to have his leather apron and his ruler for measurement, whereas a cobbler is supposed to have his awl. So it refers to the tools, the working clothes, etc. of a laboring person. The next word we come to is, which one did I say? Mechanical? Yes. Mechanical means a manual worker, an artisan, or a skilled laborer. Next one is surgeon to old shoes. Surgeon to old shoes has been used by whom? Correct. Surgeon to old shoes has been used by the cobbler, who metaphorically compares his profession to that of a surgeon. He means to say that like a surgeon who restores to health a body organ of a human being when it is in danger, the cobbler too restores the health of a shoe when it is in grave danger. Concave shores. What do we mean by concave shores? Concave shores refers to the hollow shores of the river Tiber, which have been made as a result of the action of the flowing water of the river. Okay, so that is concave shores. Then we come to Pompey's blood. What is Pompey's blood? Right. Pompey's blood refers to the two sons of Pompey who have been killed by Caesar. Please add this. Who have been killed by Caesar at the Battle of Munda, capital Munda, which is in Spain. Then we come to the word triumvirate. Triumvirate is what? Correct. Triumvirate refers to a group of three people formed to govern Rome and its provinces. This play has got a mention of two triumvirates. The first triumvirate consisting of, come on. Right. The first triumvirate consisting of Pompey, Crassus and Julius Caesar. And the second triumvirate comprising of? Second triumvirate comprises of Lepidus, Octavius Caesar, who is a nephew of Caesar, and Mark Antony. Children, you must learn. You must know. These are very simple answers to be explained. The next one is capital. Now here, do not mix up capital and capitol. Here it is spelled as capitol. C-A-P-I-T-O-L. It is not capital, it is capitol. What do we mean by the capitol? The capitol was a temple which was built to god Jupiter on the Capitoline hills. It was a national temple of Rome. The victorious general who entered the city was carried in his chariot to offer thanks to Jupiter, who was the father of all the gods. Do you want me to repeat it? Or you can rewind and see it. Okay, now we come to answer the following in detail. So now these answers, question number 11, you have to answer all of them in detail. So let's see if you can recollect these answers. The first one is, what are the two replies of the second citizen to Marullus' question about his trade? Please read the question. It is the replies of the second citizen to Marullus' question. Please make sure you understand which questions have been asked to whom by Flavius and and Marullus has been asking questions to whom. You have to make a mental note of that. So now we want the replies to the two replies which the second citizen gives to Marullus when he asks him about his trade. Okay, the first time he says that if compared with a skilled workman, I am nothing but an unskilled worker, a mere cobbler. That is his first reply. Who is giving this reply? The second citizen. So the second citizen replies to Marulus's question about his trade that if compared to a skilled workman, I am nothing more than an unskilled worker, a cobbler. And the second time he replies to the same question is that he says that he comes with a trade with a clear conscience, and he can say that his occupation is one that gives him no reason to be ashamed of, because he is a mender of bad soles. Into brackets you can write soles means the bottom of shoes, and also purifying bad human souls. Second question. The reason given by the second citizen to Flavius's questions. Now Flavius is asking these questions to the second citizen. So the reason given by the second citizen to Flavius's questions: wherefore art thou not in thy shop today? Why dost thou lead these men about the streets? Can you recollect these answers? Yes, he gives the citizen gives him two answers, that actually I am out to see that these people wear out their shoes so that I get more livelihood for myself. And then he says, but really we are out to celebrate Caesar's victory, his victorious return. Now why does Marulus scold these people? Marulus scolds these people because he tells them that they have no reason to rejoice over Caesar's victory, because Caesar has defeated fellow Romans. He does not bring any trophies home. He has not brought any foreign territories to Rome. He has brought no wealth to fill the coffers of Rome, and there are no captives to decorate his chariot. So you have no reason to celebrate Caesar's victory. Now, now we come to the fourth question, which is what had the people of Rome done in the past to welcome Pompey? Now this is very easy. I have explained this to you. Please go back and learn. I mean, if you don't recollect. Okay. If you know it, that's good. Yes, they have climbed walls, they have climbed on top of towers, they have climbed on top of terraces and chimney tops and everything, just to get a glimpse of Pompey's chariot when he was returning from his victory. So they have done all this that he says. Very good. You all have read your work. Excellent. So give a full description of that in this answer. And what does Marulus order them to do? No. Marulus orders them to go home and to fall on their knees. Please refer to your textbook or to the last time's lecture, and you will see that Marulus tells them, go home, fall on your knees, and pray to the gods to intermit the plague that is going to come on our city because of your ingratitude towards Pompey. That is what Marulus tells them to do. And what does Flavius tell them to do? That I've asked you in the next question. What does Flavius tell them to do? Please make a distinction in this, okay? What does Flavius tell them to do? Marulus tells them, go home, fall on your knees, and for this great ingratitude that you have shown to Pompey and Pompey's blood, please pray to the gods so that the gods do not plague our city. And what does Flavius tell them to do? Flavius tells them to do that you go home and you collect the people of your sort. Means you collect all the other commoners, you collect all your fellow workmen, you take them down River Tiber. You go to the banks of River Tiber, and you should cry and you should weep so much because you have been so ungrateful. Weep so that your tears fill the concave shores of River Tiber. The lowest part of River Tiber should be exalted with water. Which water? The water of your tears. So please remember this distinction between what Marulus says and what Flavius says. Then we come, what does Flavius ask? Question number 7 I am on. What does Flavius ask Marullus to do after the citizens have left, and why does Marullus hesitate? So what does Flavius ask Marullus to do? Flavius tells Marullus that, correct, he tells them that I will go on one side, you go on the other side, and wherever you see decorations on the statues of Caesar, which are a mark of showing that he is victorious and we are happy about his victory, pull all these decorations down so that it doesn't look like a feast. And why does Marullus hesitate? Marullus hesitates because it is the feast of Lupercal, which has to be celebrated on the same day as Caesar's return. They are going to celebrate Caesar's victorious return on the day of the Feast of Lupercal. And Feast of Lupercal is a very important festival in Rome at that time. And Caesar was the president of the Lupercal festivities. So he's saying, do you think we should do that? Because it will be considered to be something impious, जिसको हम अपवित्र बोलते हैं. इतना बड़ा त्यौहार होने वाला है, इतना बड़ा फीस्ट होने वाला है, एंड सीजर उसका प्रेसिडेंट है. ही इज द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द लुपर्कल फेस्टिविटीज. And if we go and remove everything, do you think that is the right thing to do? I don't think so. That is what Marullus says. So Marullus hesitates over there. Then we come to question 9. Now, this might look like a repetition to you, but I want you to study the question carefully. Whenever you see a question, children, the reading time given to you is for that particular purpose, that you read all the questions properly and you understand what the question is asking. If you read the questions in a haste, if you are in a hurry of reading the questions, what will happen is that you will miss out on and you will land up writing the wrong answer. So please read your questions properly. We come to question number 8. The reference to which festival by Shakespeare fixes the time of the action of the play? Now this is very, very simple. To which festival? Correct. The festival of Lupercal, the Feast of Lupercal. Which was, now what was this festival? You can write in short over here because I've asked you to explain it. So the reference to which festival by Shakespeare fixes the time of the action of the play? The reference to the Feast of Lupercal fixes the time of the action of the play. This festival, the festival of Lupercal, was a festival of the purification of Rome. And it was held on the 15th of February to honor god Lupercus, who was the god of fertility. I hope you've got it. Right. The next question. This is very simple. Name the date and year of the opening scene. If you know answer 8, you will automatically know answer 9. Now what have we said in answer 8? We have said it is a feast of Lupercal celebrated on the 15th of February. So what, if you refer to the notes which I have given you on the background of the play, you will see which BC I have given you. I have given you the year over there. Very good. Most of you are right. Correct. The time of action of the play in the opening scene is 15th February 44 BC. I'm very happy to know that most of you have got this answer right. Now we come to question number 10, which says, explain these growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wing will make him fly at an ordinary pitch. Do I need to explain this again, or will you tell me the answer? Yes, it is a metaphorical comparison between Caesar and a falcon. Caesar has been compared, so you will write that it is a metaphorical comparison between Caesar and a falcon. Caesar has been indirectly compared to a falcon who has very strong wings, and these wings are strong because of the feathers in his wings, and it is these feathers which make a falcon soar above everybody else and fly high up in the sky. So here the metaphorical comparison, if Caesar is compared to the falcon, and the feathers of his wings are compared metaphorically to the common citizens, the common people of Rome, who are celebrating Caesar's victory and who are very proud of Caesar. So that is the question number, which was it, children? Question 10. Okay. So we'll make him fly at an ordinary pitch. I'm very happy. Most of you all know this. Now, why is the opening scene important? This question is slightly tricky because it refers to Act 3, Scene 1, which you will be doing in your Standard 10 ICSE. Okay, but this scene is important. This scene is actually, it's a very dramatic scene because it begins, you can mention this in your answer, that it begins with a fight between the citizens and the tribunes. So that immediately catches the attention of the Shakespearean audience. You must remember that the Shakespearean audience was the common people. So when you begin with a fighting scene, you obviously catch the attention of the commoners. The common people and the tribunes are fighting. But this answer I have written for you all in detail, which I want you all to take a screenshot or whatever, write it down as you would please, so that I can discuss this answer with you. I will read out this answer to you. The importance of the opening scene of the play Julius Caesar, ICSE text for classes 9 and 10. The opening scene of Act 1, Scene 1 is important because it strikes a keynote of the play. The very essence of the play is struck in this first scene of Act 1. We are introduced to an atmosphere of strife and disunity in Rome. That is the first thing we are introduced to, the atmosphere of strife and disunity in Rome. It shows that the upper classes are hostile towards Caesar while the common people worship him. We are made aware that this is a political tragedy. We also get a picture of the mob, which is very fickle-minded. Like in the beginning, in your text we had read that the mob is fickle-minded. So how do we come to know that it's fickle-minded? It's given to you over here. We also get a picture of the mob, which is fickle. That means easily influenced, with no thinking and discerning faculties of their own. The mob cannot think. The mob cannot discern. So they are supposed to be very, very fickle-minded people. So they are easily influenced and they have no thinking or discerning intellect. The mob has come to see Caesar in his triumphal procession. Though earlier they used to come to see Pompey in a similar manner. The mob is easily swayed by not only the tribunes in Act 1, Scene 1, but also in Act 3, Scene 3, which is the crisis of the play, when Antony's oratory turns them from the conspirator's cause towards his own cause. The setting of the play in magnificent Rome is created through Marulus's speech. If you want, you can add over here, through Marulus's speech, when he describes that you have climbed up to the walls and battlements, to towers and windows, to chimney tops, and you have seen such beautiful streets of Rome and the waters are flowing. So he has created a whole picture of a street of Rome in our mind. So that is why this scene is this scene 1 is extremely important. So आज के लिए इतना काफ़ी है. आप ये क्वेश्चंस पढ़िए, समझिए, इनको लर्न कीजिएगा, so that it helps you for your unit test or exam or whatever you're going to face shortly. Whenever you face it, please face it with confidence. Read your text without fail. I lay a lot of importance on the text rather than anything else because the textbook is the most important book that you can have. So please read your text over and over again, so much so that you almost know the dialogues given by the actors by heart. You should be able to just tell them. It should just flow out from your mouth. So read your text, understand the words, and then you will be able to answer everything. Please also practice writing, because writing is very important. You are not going to type your answers over there. You are going to be writing your answers. And Shakespeare covers a lot of the part of your ICSE paper. So please ensure that you are able to write quickly and your thoughts flow one after the other in a clear stream of reason, and you don't have to stop and you don't have to think, you don't have to worry, but you should be able to just write without any effort. So आज के लिए इतना काफ़ी. खूब पढ़िएगा, खूब सोचिएगा, खूब प्रैक्टिस करिएगा, and signing off for the day. Bye. See you all and all the best.